Hi, everyone. It's your host, Joy. Welcome to today's episode. Can you believe it? We've reached the end of another powerful year filled with transformation, purpose, and fierce conversations. So today, we're slowing down to refuel, reflect, and rewind. We'll revisit powerful lessons from this year's episodes, highlight some unforgettable moments, and I'll give you a sneak peek inside the recap room, my favorite reflection space where we go deeper behind each episode and prepare for what's next. So grab your journal, get cozy, and let's take time to refill our cups together because we're reflecting, realigning, and celebrating everything that made this year a year of fierce growth.
Thank you for tuning in today. Our mission is to equip and empower you to dig in and soar higher, doing the things that you love. This podcast is where you'll hear leading experts from around the globe figuring out what you could be doing to tackle your greatest business challenges. So get ready to hear from some of the brightest minds and boldest thinkers on how they're taking on these problems and how you could too. Now here's your host.
Thank you all for watching and subscribing to our podcast. I'm your host, Joy Norman, and I'm passionate about helping success-driven women, entrepreneurs get past their fear and procrastination, move forward and take action and grow your business with passion, purpose, and power. Our programs and resources equip women entrepreneurs and business leaders with how to handle life difficulties while enriching their hearts, encouraging their passions, and expanding their professional and personal dreams. Working your business can be tough and overwhelming, and it's easy to get lost in a busy life. We want to inspire you and support your growth. What a year! This year has truly been our breakthrough year. And today's episode is all about refueling your passion, reflecting on your growth, and rewinding the lessons that made this year unforgettable. And I've got something special for you, a free downloadable worksheet to help you capture your reflections, celebrate your wins, and set fierce intentions for the new year. So you can grab it now. The link is in the show notes. So let's breathe, celebrate, and break free all over again. Let's refuel, reflect, and rewind. Refuel, recharging your mind, mission, and momentum. Let's start with refuel because you can't pour from an empty cup. So we kicked off this year with episode 64, Breaking Free from Perfection, a truth we all needed to hear. Progress over perfection. So, in breaking free from perfection, embracing progress and possibility, we learn that done is better than perfect, and courage grows when we take imperfect action. In this episode, we discuss letting go and the impact of letting go of perfection. So, take a look. Most of you who watch this podcast have heard me say that I'm a recovering perfectionist. I suffer from the need to get everything right, to have every detail perfectly in place to meet expectations. And yes, sometimes unrealistic ones we place on ourselves. And it can be exhausting. And more importantly, it can hold us back from showing up as our most authentic and impactful selves. But here's the truth I learned along the way. Perfection is an illusion. And letting go of this illusion has been one of the most freeing steps in my personal and entrepreneurial growth. Another example from my journey was when I was working on a huge collaborative project. And there were so many moving pieces, and I'll admit, I became a bit of a control freak. I wanted everything to flow. Why not? I'm a project manager. So I micromanaged every detail, trying to make sure every aspect was perfect. But things didn't go as planned. Imagine that. There were unexpected tech glitches, delays in content, and disagreements among team members. And at one point, I had to face the reality that I couldn't control everything, and the pursuit of perfection was draining my energy. So I did something that felt incredibly uncomfortable. That episode reminded us that freedom begins when we stop trying to confront every detail and start trusting the process of becoming. Also, it reminded us to trade exhaustion for excellence, perfection for progress, and guilt for grace. Then in episode 65, From Breakdown to Breakthrough, our Sister Talks panel reminded us that resilience is born in the fire. We even played Rapid Reflections, a fun word game that brought out some powerful truths about growth, faith, and grit. So take a look. Confidence.
The confidence to me, I mean, I come from the emotion things a lot, emotion and the thinking. But if I'm confident, it's like, all right, I just came through this failure, but doggone, I'm going to get it right this time. And I'm going to still achieve whatever that goal was I can achieve. When you have the encouragement inside yourself and the confidence, man, you are a winner. And it will affect you. And you're going to hit your goals.
The most precious jewels that our earth contains, and the process that they have. First of all, they're buried in the ground, and they have been under pressure and under a lot of bad things. Then they're mined, then they're cut out, and they're very ugly looking, so they have to be cut off, and all the stuff that doesn't make up the diamond or the ruby has to be cut away and polished, and there's a lot more hardship in that space. But then when it is ready to be sold in a ring or earrings or whatever, it is beautiful and it is brilliant and it is radiant. And I think that is the place where I want to be that diamond or to be that ruby, because they just didn't come beautiful. They came from very not good places and came out after all the hard work, brilliant and shining and radiant.
That was awesome. Yeah. And you can also side tag along with that. You see people that are very successful and they look like they're confident, they got it together, but they weren't always that way. You don't know their backstory. You don't know the road that they've traveled. And so just like the diamonds and the rubies, you're right, we are like that too. And the people you see that are out there, they're all the same. They all had to go through a process to get to where they are. And so we'll make it. We're going through a process, and we're going to be a diamond and a ruby also when we're done. So good analogy.
Yeah, good analogy.
Thank you, ladies, for sharing your stories. We all encounter moments where it feels like everything is falling apart. These breakdowns, whether in our businesses, personal lives, or both, can leave us questioning our paths and doubting our abilities. But what if these moments, instead of being setbacks, are actually setups for growth and transformation? So here's your refuel reflection prompt. Where do I need to give myself permission to rest and reset? What daily practices help me refuel my energy and creativity? Who or what has poured into me this year, and how can I pour back into others? So take some time this week to write down your answers in your worksheet. When you're running low, sometimes refueling means simply remembering you've made it through every hard thing so far. Keep that same energy for the new year. Reflect, realigning with your purpose. Now let's move into the reflect phase where we pause, look back, and realign with purpose. So in episode 66, from confusion to clarity, building a business strategy that aligns with you. My guest, Paul Coleshaw, reminded us that business clarity starts with inner clarity. Clarity is your superpower. It's what allows you to say yes with conviction and no with peace. So take a look.
So another thing you want to think about going back to the SWOT analysis. It's not just for academic times in our lives. It's a real thing, a SWOT analysis. We should use it still in our real life businesses as well. So looking at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So for example, you might be really creative, you enjoy doing the social media content, and that's a strength. Put it down as a strength. But you might not be very good at selling. A lot of people aren't, so there's an opportunity there. There's a weakness in terms of I'm not very good at selling, and you can put it down. The opportunity there is to invest in some sales training as well. So it helps to inform you in terms of what actions you need in your business. So a SWOT analysis is good to do. And the final one is another acronym, and there's plenty of them in businesses, isn't there? So the next one is a pestle analysis. And that's looking at political factors that could affect your business and your target audience as well, and economic factors as well. You've got social, technological. So are you looking at AI at the moment? Or maybe integrating it, starting to use it in your business? That's technological factors, which could impact your business. Then there's legal as well. We talked about economical as well, and environmental. Is the final one. So it's looking at those points as well, and just understanding the world at large and how it affects you and your business, so you're able to make better strategic decisions for the business going forwards.
Paul Coleshaw shared so many gems about using clarity and alignment as your compass in business. This episode reminded us that strategy isn't just spreadsheets and systems. It's about purpose, people, and peace of mind. Thank you so much, Paul. Then came episode 67, Pivot or Push Through, deciding when it's time to change course with the Sister Talks ladies. And that Keep It or Kick It game was a hit. We discovered that reflection often requires honesty, knowing what to release and what to recommit to. Take a look. All right, let's warm things up with a fun and fast-paced game I like to call Keep It or Kick It. So I'm going to give you a scenario, and you must tell us whether you would keep it, push through, or kick it, pivot away. All right, first one. That course you bought but never finished.
Keep it for me.
The course you never finished, I'd say kick it. Because maybe you need a different teacher to learn the material, or maybe the subject matter doesn't fit. Just let it go. Kick it.
I agree. And I can think of a real specific one that I bought. I just am not interested in it anymore. And if it doesn't apply, kick it. Nothing wrong with that. Move on.
That's one. Your 5-year plan that no longer excites you.
Kick it.
Kick it.
Kick it. Get a new one.
Got to be a little bit excited at least. Right?
Oh, I love it. Thank you, ladies, for playing. Keep it or kick it. You know I'm going to be coming out with games, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was fun. This conversation hit home. Our Sister Talks ladies tackle one of the toughest questions that entrepreneurs face. We explored the power of discernment, knowing when to pause, pivot, or persevere. And if you listen, you know sometimes the pivot is the push that leads to your purpose. So take another look. Have you ever confused consistency with loyalty to something that no longer serves you? How do you recognize when you're pushing through something that is no longer in alignment? And then what made you realize it was time to pivot?
I think you recognize it when you don't feel it fully. You know there's something missing, or you have an intuitive feel, or things aren't showing up in your life how you would like them to show up. And maybe you're not getting the results, or not having the people around you that you'd like to have around you. And perhaps your emotions are off because you're not centered or fully aligned. And perhaps you're noticing different reactions to you from those around you, and they're reacting to the energy of you not being aligned. And I think sometimes we forget that we bring a certain energy to the room, and that often can be sensed by others, even subconsciously. So I think we start basically that all of that means that we start noticing things, and we have little red flags inside of us that are telling us, but we're not always listening. So what makes you realize it's time to pivot? It's when you're not getting the results, you're not having the relationships that you'd like around you. The feeling of missing something is getting bigger and bigger. It's growing until you can't ignore it anymore. Sometimes it's an opportunity presented to you at the right time and you take it. So those are some different ideas that I have.
Pivoting isn't failure. Sometimes the most successful people are those who listened to the nudge and made a bold shift before they burned out and broke down. The real question is, are you doing what you're doing out of alignment or out of habit? So here are your reflect prompts. What patterns or habits did you outgrow this year? What lessons are you taking forward into the new year? Where did you surprise yourself most, with courage or creativity? Rewind, revisiting the moments that moved you. So let's rewind. In episode 68, Mike's on Dreams Up, our spotlight youth speaker lit up the mic with inspiration and creativity. She reminded us to dream boldly, even before we feel ready. Take a look.
My message today is very simple. Dream big. Even if it feels like no one understands your dream, if you're still figuring it out, and even if it feels scary. So what does it mean to dream big? To me, it means believing in something bigger than where you are right now, even if no one else sees it yet. It means choosing faith over fear, even when you're the only one who believes in the idea. Here's a few things I've learned. You don't need permission. You don't have to wait for someone to say you can do this or no, don't do that. If the dream is in your heart, go for it. It takes courage. You won't believe you're always ready. And if you wait till you feel 100% confident, you might miss your moment. So really just go for it right now. And people might not understand, and that's perfectly fine. Your dream isn't for everybody. It's your dream. It's for you. You have to protect your dream. Not everyone will get it, and that's perfectly fine. Your dream is still 100% valid, so never forget that. Dreaming big is not about being famous, and it's about believing you're meant for something meaningful. And you are. I'm not gonna lie, I've had moments where I've doubted myself, and I still do sometimes. But every time I take a little step forward, even if it's messy or if it's imperfect, I believe in myself, and it really helps me feel brave. So if you're listening right now and you're scared to start, this is your sign. Just begin. Your dream really deserves a chance.
There's nothing more powerful than seeing the next generation of dreamers stepping into their voice and vision. This episode reminded us that it's never too early or too late to dream out loud. And finally, we close the year with faith and fire in episode 69. Faith and fierceness, trusting the process in the unknown seasons. The Sister Talks ladies brought it all home with our game, Trust or Test, a conversation about what it really means to trust the process when life doesn't go as planned. Take a look at this. Let's warm things up with a fun and fast paced game I like to call Trust or Test. Next one. When your hard work isn't showing results as quickly as you'd hope, is this time to trust the growth you can't see or test a new strategy?
So I'm on my third business, and hopefully, not hopefully, something has to work because I'm doing all the right things. So for me, it's testing the growth that I can't see.
Sure.
And I'm actually in this whole life season of this. But I read recently that this process, when you can't see the results, is like planting a little seed. And it doesn't grow right away. It grows maybe in a few days, a few weeks. But then as soon as it grows, you can't just step on it. You have to trust that it still keeps growing to get the fruit that you want, the apple tree or the tomato or the flower. So yes, trust the growth that you can't see is kind of been where I've been at.
And all those seeds that we've planted and people maybe didn't step on, like Krista was saying, those flowers, those tomatoes, those apples, guess what? They will grow. And doors will open because you planted the seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Just keep planting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. I'm going to have to do it.
I know, I'm writing that down too.
Keep planting. This Sister Talks conversation was a reminder that even when the path isn't clear, our purpose is still unfolding. Faith isn't about knowing what's next. It's about believing that something greater is working through you. Take a look at this.
And choosing faith and trusting the process is not for the faint of heart. It's hard.
Very hard. We
very
say it so
hard.
easily, right? Yeah.
But the character that comes as a result is deeper, purer, and stronger than if you didn't go through this.
Oh,
True. That's what makes us up of who we end up being and who we are.
yes, I love
It's hard to see it at times. It's hard to tell other people. Like, tell my teenagers, it's hard to tell them, like, this, you're going to learn something from this. Because in the moment, they're like, yeah, but this sucks. This really sucks. He's 18. He's like, really? You're on to what I'm going to learn already? How about sit right here in the mud with me for a second first before we get to what we're going to learn about it? You know what I mean? So that's what I love about the vulnerability there.
I'm so encouraged. And like we all keep saying, man, we're all going through it, but we're all going to make it. I've enjoyed this.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Sister Talks ladies, for showing up and showing out this year. So here are your rewind reflection prompts. What was your biggest break free moment this year? Which episode or conversation shifted your mindset the most? And what are you most proud of becoming this year? If this reflection hit home, come unpack it with me inside the recap room, my private space where we go deeper every month. Throughout the year, the recap room gave us space to pause, process, and pivot between episodes. It's our sacred space for growth between the goals, where we unpack the podcast conversation and reflect together as a community. If you've been listening to the Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs podcast, but you haven't joined the recap room yet, this is your sign. It's free to subscribe, so you'll get behind the scene clips, exclusive journal prompts, and fierce reflections where we dive deeper into each episode, share journaling prompts, and have those real, raw, let's grow together moments. And it's where we keep the conversation going when the mic goes off. Here's a sneak peek. So let's be real. Failure is inevitable. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is resilience. Yes. How do you bounce back when things don't go as planned? That's exactly what we're covering in this next clip. Take a look at this. Ready to build resilience? This is where you're warm, you're trusting, you have a positive relationships with others, you already talk to others, you ask others for help, you done got coaching, you're ready to grow. You have a purpose. You have a sense of meaning and direction in your life, in your business. You have a vision. You're thinking about your dreams. And now your dreams will be more meaningful. And then you're inspired to act on them when you're in this stage. Once you make it to this stage, building resilience, I would say you probably are ready to act on some of your goals. The key takeaway is resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about bouncing back stronger every time. Yes. And so an actionable tip is when facing a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Reframe the setbacks as stepping stones, not roadblocks. All right, so you can go to our website, becomingfierceentrepreneurs.com, or tap the link in the show notes to join. Let's finish this year reflecting and start the new year refueled, refocused, and ready. All right, everyone. Until next time, keep becoming, keep believing, and remember, the best is yet to come. From my heart to yours, thank you for tuning in, sharing, and growing with me. All right, keep showing up fierce, faithful, and free. Don't forget, subscribe to the Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs podcast, and also subscribe to the recap room. Stay tuned for our January kickoff episode. A new beginning, a fresh mindset, and a whole lot of fierce energy to launch your new year with purpose. All right, bye-bye.